scatter shield on the M113. Okay, we're halted now. This is where the lead track got sniper fire. We're just waiting for the units that were on the lead track to get the sniper, and then we just went on. See, that's the road. We couldn't drive. You never drove on the road in the jungle, at least in Iron Triangle, because it was always mined. So we just rode off the side of it. I'm just taking I just came back in from an ambush. That's the our battalion chaplain, Captain Smith. That's the lizard.
Like he was up in his 40s.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you guys were all
probably was, yeah.
compared to him.
Yeah, he was. You know, he's a minister.
You know, they all went out in the field with you that much, so.
Oh, they were out. Our battalion surgeon and our chaplains were always out with us. They didn't go any farther than the TAC CP though. You know, they wouldn't go out any farther than the battalion CP. That's an M42 Duster. That's twin 40mm automatic cannons. That was nice. Watch that son of a bitch work. That was good. Guy reading Playboy. That's a Sky Raider at the Ben Wire base. Now that's Steve Bessie. He was my machine gunner. The guy holding the sandbag is Paoli. The guy filling it is Mike Monahan. The other guy bending over is Kobos. He's the guy that took over the machine gun when Bessie went home. And that's Sarge Sellers.
Most of those guys made it then?
Huh?
Most of those guys made it?
Sellers got killed, and this is my squad. Most of the guys in my squad lived. Yeah. Steve Bessie's an Indiana State Trooper. The guy beaten on the sandbags there.
Oh, he's a state trooper?
Yeah. Or at least he was last time I heard of him. That was about 10 years ago. I assume he still is. Or he's probably retired now. This is, I got lead track, and we're leaving Cedar Falls and going to the 1st Infantry Base Camp. So this is just a ride down the road.
What kind of tree look like they're planted like that on purpose?
They are. That's rubber plantation.
Oh,
They're all in rows. And that's a herringbone. So each track is slanted out in a different direction in case you get hit from either side. This is my spot. See, that's how alert we were. See, that's Steve Bessie. It's an elite Strack trooper there. While we were taking these pictures and while we were all laying up in the bushes here, they were setting an ambush up. They started shooting at us about 5 minutes after I shut the camera off. That's Ray Ramirez. He's squad leader of the 2nd Squad. He had just come down to bullshit with me. His squad's down the road farther. You see the road out here. But right in front of us at about 100 meters, there's about a platoon of gooks set up an ambush on us. And it's just all over with. I didn't take any film of that, obviously. Didn't get that. This is just the traffic that was going by on the road that day. And we're back on the tracks. There were dry crops in Vietnam besides rice paddies, and there was a lettuce patch or something we were going by. Little towns. I don't know what the name of this town was. It was just someplace we rode through. We only got a couple kids out begging because we were the lead track. They didn't get out in time for me to get any pictures of them. They got everybody else though. They'd come running out. I mean, they'd pour out onto the road as you went by. But like I said, we were lead track, so not that many people knew we were coming. This is what most of the houses look like. They look like corrugated steel shacks with paper sides, cardboard. That's the average Vietnamese house. In a minute we see a Catholic church. Now that's the main mode of transportation to Lambretta. It's a motorcycle with like a passenger compartment in the back. And then if somebody had money there, that was a real house. I don't know where that came from, but it was a real house.
Right in the middle of all the shops.
Yeah, Mike Monahan, that's Paoli, Cobos, and Steve Bessie, but he won't turn around. That's track commander, 11th Armored Cav. I don't know who he was. Now we're just starting to come up to the 1st Infantry base camp when we rounded this bend, so it's the end of that film. This is what it looked like back in the rear. This is Benoit. This is Butch Bowman again. He was a telephone lineman. That's Butch. That's battalion headquarters building. And a sign for 4th Bat area. We knew we were leaving Benoit when we got steel buildings to live in, no more tents. As soon as we saw that, we knew that somebody, there got to be a leg unit taking it over, and then they moved the unit to Pleiku. This was just before I left Vietnam. This was just a drive around Benoit, so where we lived when we were in the rear. This is the snake pit where the helicopters were kept. And these are little F-5 fighters coming in at the airbase. This is a road that went all the way around the base camp, and just driving around taking pictures of stuff.
They never tried to overrun something that big, would they?
No, they'd never be able to overrun anything that big. What they would do is they'd infiltrate and do sapper attacks on the airbase. That was our job. The 173rd's job was to secure the Benoit airbase. So while the unit was out, there was always somebody back, and that was palace guard duty. That was sham duty. Then you just laid up and sat out in the guard posts and the towers and secured the base camp, kept the airfield safe. They never hit it while we were there. That's the mess hall. Silver building is the motor pool. My tent, or my house, right behind that Quonset hut is where I lived. Did you ever see one of those? Army mule? Both wheels steer, front and back. When you turn the front wheels, the back wheels will turn to give you a tighter turn radius.
Those are Army too, though.
The helicopters coming back in the afternoon.
They never had any Air Force guys around there at all?
No, not in our base area, no. This is the 173rd base camp. We were actually outside the perimeter that we secured when we were doing air base security. We were not a good target. I mean, it was not likely that anybody was going to try to overrun the 173rd base camp because there was nothing really there. If they were going to overrun anything, or make a sapper attack, they would hit the air base rather than us. So we were actually outside the perimeter. We just weren't a good target.